is the level of effort involved in a DaaS solution something that poses some challenge, concern, or issue, and ultimately prevents us from moving forward with a DaaS solution, right? Yes, there will be some upfront work that we have to do, but the end result of that work will ultimately make your environment so much easier to support and to administer. So, it really pays dividends in the long run. And that's without taking into consideration everything that goes into it from, an extension of your device lifecycle perspective, right? How can that device that we have for 2 years or 3 years now extend out for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 10 years? There are benefits that extend beyond that from a predictable cost model, right? A scalability and elasticity model. So we know exactly how much every individual user who gets added into the platform costs. And we have the ability to grow and shrink the organization to accommodate our needs as we need to. So for things like seasonality, right? If you have an organization that ramps up for a particular season, like sales around the holiday and retail, in the financial or accounting world, tax season, right? We have a bunch of auditors that come into these organizations that need a place to do their work for things like processing tax returns and K-1s. So there are a lot of benefits that become possible as a result of going through that implementation work. Now, how arduous is that implementation? How much work goes into it? I mean, it's not insignificant. It's not nothing, but it's also not revolutionary or groundbreaking either, right? In a traditional DaaS implementation, the first few tasks that we do are extending a customer's network into the data center solution that we're providing for them, right? So one of Evolve IP's private cloud data centers or our public cloud data center. Usually working with them to extend their Active Directory and extend their domain to become a new site within their domain. So, complicated work, but not heavy duty, time consuming work necessarily. And then once that's done, building out the DaaS tenant, getting the image ready, getting the applications installed, which is no different than prepping a single laptop or desktop that they're going to deploy into the environment anyway. And, at that point, now that desktop can just be provisioned out to users as needed, right? So then it's just a matter of adding licensing into the environment to enable that organization to grow as they need to, add users in, add additional images in if or where required. So again, I mean, there's a little bit of front-loaded work, excuse me, that has to happen, but doing that minor uplift, ultimately ends up paying dividends on the back end for an organization. And that's true not only in terms of simplifying that support structure, simplifying that administration, but also enabling that organization to simplify their device procurement, have that predictable cost model.